Welcome to a special tropical update. It's Monday, 10 p.m. I'm Tom. We're going to be talking about Irma, which is now a Category 4 with 140 mile an hour winds, and it is still moving west toward the islands. We're also going to be talking about new watches and warnings that are up for the islands. We're also going to be talking about Florida and what's going on there with Governor Scott and what he's talking about tonight. First, here's our models, and they have trended more to the west, which they are tracking right up the east coast of Florida and right up the middle of Florida. Remember that there is a margin of error over this far out, but it does look like Florida will see Irma one way or the other, so you need to be prepared for that. You need to take all the precautions now, and if it is a miss, at least you're prepared and ready. Next up, here's the data on it. At 8 p.m. it was 450 miles east of the Leeward Islands. The winds were up to 140 miles an hour. 943 millibars was its pressure, and it was still moving west, and that's at 13 miles an hour. And they expect that motion and speed for a little while longer, and then maybe it's going to be start to make its northwest turn. Now here is the watches and warnings. Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands are now under a hurricane watch. St. Martin and the northern Leeward Islands are now under a hurricane warning. A little further down the Leewards, you have tropical storm warnings and a tropical storm watch. So it looks like they will get some tropical force winds probably in the next 24 hours or less. Next up is we're going to talk about Florida, and Governor Scott has issued a state of emergency for all Florida counties. So they are expecting to get something from Irma, but it's time to prepare now. Next up, as I said, it's a Category 4, which means if it did make landfall somewhere, there could be extreme damage, and also the storm surge could be as high as 18 to 20 feet and possibly higher with waves on top of that. So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to have our normal update here soon. Talking from experience, I was at Andrew in South Florida. It's always great to be prepared. Don't wait to the last minute to get water, food, and whatever you need. There's a lot more of the hurricane season left, so if you don't need it, that's great. You might need it in the future, or you can just use it during the winter. But if you wait too late, you're going to have a lot of problems finding what you need. Tune back in, and appreciate you guys.